Hey everyone. Today I'm here with The Circus, who's one of the top video game builders for musicians globally. And we were given a task from Heno, one of the musicians that The Circus and I have both been working with for a long time, to take a game that The Circus built months ago and turn it into a mini app that can get run on Base and on Farcaster. So if you are a video game builder and you are curious of how to take one of the games you've already built and make it a mini app that works on every single mobile device on Farcaster and on Base, this video is for you. I'm going to toss it over to you real quick, Isaiah. How are you feeling today? And kind of coming into this, what has been your experience as a video game builder on mini apps on Base and Farcaster so far?
Feeling great today. Excited to work on this project again. It's been a few months. My experience, being a game developer and vibe coding through all this has been extremely helpful. It's like actually such a blessing to be able to talk and play in English and execute these like really high level ideas. There's some stuff where it's like native coding, you can still push farther, but for the most part, like over 85% of this stuff is like I'm able to pull off things I wouldn't have thought I could pull off before. I'm able to do it faster. And then just the peace of mind of battling something in plain English versus battling something in code is just like revolutionary. And I would highly recommend anybody who's even had the thought, you should just hop in and try it out for yourself, see what you could cook up. I my personal experience with it is like I feel like there's always a trial and error era, and I feel like I would almost try every project twice. Like you should go start a fresh project, throw your idea at it, get it to where it like starts to take shape, and then in that process you will learn like, oh, I should be using this stack, I should be going about it this way, we need these components. And then I think you should just like wipe your whole project and start from scratch again, and then use it as a learning tool. I think that's been the most beneficial part of it. It's a yes, it's going to get you the results, but I think it's about the journey, and what you learn along the way is like so valuable.
About a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, a task that you're about to build, you would have had to pawn off to me. And now you're doing it yourself. A little bit of guidance from me on this call, but we're doing this mostly to share the experience. If you really needed to, you could have done it on your own. So I agree. This is like, it's very powerful that you can speak in human English and build what your ideas are. Let's start with why. Why is this mini app task important for you, and why are we spending time turning one of your video games into a mini app?
It's important to me to like reach the new audience. I've only dabbled once with the mini apps. I had one go. I tried to make this game. The game came together cool. I tried to connect Supabase and it kind of like broke everything. And I was like, I was checking out for the day. It was a 1 day project, spent long enough on it. I just never revisited just because there wasn't a drive there. But personally, as somebody who's like a Web3 native and been building in the space for so long, I think it's important to me to add this tool to my arsenal, because it seems that the mini app is the way that, Web3 in general is moving. So I would like to be able to meet users where they are at instead of trying to force users to go where you want to be. So it's really important for me to sharpen the tool there. I'm glad that we could hop on a call and kind of walk through it, because there's almost no second best to AI is Sweetman Tech. So I'm glad we could connect and kind of get it going.
Cool. Let's jump right in then. Would you mind sharing your screen? And we'll start with the end in mind. You've already deployed this video game. Can you show us what this production app looks like, so everyone's on the same page of what the game is that we're starting with that we will turn into a mini app?
Yep, here we go. So this is our game. It's called Healing Out Loud. Basically, you can come here, share your story, share part of your healing journey, reflections you have. You have the option to leave your name. You can post it anonymously as well. And basically, you post it up, and it's going to go on this sticky board, and we're just going to have a giant cork board of everybody's, healing journey. So hopefully you could go through here and kind of learn some stuff about yourself, and, maybe give you some inspiration on your healing journey.
And so right now
and this is all.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was like, this is all in theme of Heno and Mad Key's album. They did an album called Healing Out Loud, which is all about just like introspection and self-reflection and just, healing out loud. Like I think it's really self-explanatory, but this is the part people don't talk about enough. It's pretty important.
Can you show me the live domain? Right now you're on localhost. Do you have this deployed onto a domain?
That is a great question. Yeah, so this will be Healing Out Loud Vercel app.
Perfect. Can we take that domain and then to start with the end in mind, in my mental model, the end step for what we're trying to do today is publish the app. There is a publish step
Correct.
on the Farcaster app, and we want to get the approval, all green checks to publish there. So let's take the URL of your production app and then go over to the docs that I had sent you. And if you scroll, if you click on the right side, Farcaster Publishing, step 8, we're going to start with that last step. And then there's a link on point 3 of this. Visit the Workcast MiniApps developer portal. Click on that. Oh. Do you have Farcaster?
Yeah.
I've tagged you on.
Let me log in real quick.
Copy.
I don't know if I've ever used it on my desktop, though. I think I always use mobile.
While he's signing in, if you're watching this and you have any questions about the Circus's process or what it takes technologically to turn a video game into a mini app, leave it in the comments. I will be checking them throughout this video, and this is your chance to, 1, get included in our video. We'll highlight your comments so that people can know who you are, and 2, change the video and change the course of what we're building by prompting us in the comments. You can change the things that we cover, and it helps us to make the video more inclusive of the needs, not just of the circus and myself, but also of other people that are watching that are also interested in turning their video games into mini apps.
All right, cool. We're all locked and loaded. Let me go back to your link. Share. Cool. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yep. Domain go here?
Yep, domain go here.
Boom. Okay,
excellent. This is what I expect. So this is where we're going to check on everything that we change. Our goal is to get all green check marks on this page.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's smart, because now it's, start with the end in mind.
Start with the end in mind. So we start here, start on the publishing page, plug in your link that you already have. If you're a video game builder, you probably already have your video game link. Put it on this page so that way you can see, how am I doing? And then as you're following these docs, each thing that you update, you can then go back to that publishing page and say, did my updates change it? Do I have more green checks than I had before, or did nothing change? And that will allow us to objectively view the progress that we're making and track the steps until we have all green checks and we have a mini app. Making sense so far?
Love it. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. It's nice to have a visual indicator too. Agreed.
Yeah, let's start now. Let's go back up to step 1. Or maybe prereqs. Let me see if we had anything in prereqs, but I think we should be good in the prerequisites. Next.js app, you've already got that. Okay. Node.js on your local machine. You're using Yarn. You have a Farcaster account. Do you already have a Coinbase developer platform account?
I do not think so.
We'll need that.
Copy. Boom.
The Coinbase account is specifically for publishing on Base. So if you are only trying to publish on Farcaster and you don't want to include Base, you can skip the step that the Circus is doing right now. But if you want the most inclusive in publishing your apps with the best distribution, highly recommend getting the distribution on Base as well as Farcaster, because there's a lot of active humans on both platforms, and the people that are using these apps are typically people that have extra spending money and extra time on their hands, because they're not just using the normal social medias. They've gone above and beyond to use these special social medias on Base and on Farcaster. So if you're trying to target niche populations that are very engaged, highly recommend doing both.
Yeah, two birds, one stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1, 2. All right, got some verifications going on here. Cool. All right, accept. Okay, do I have to create a API key?
If you will eventually need to create an API key, if you've already got a project there that you're looking at,
Yep, I see a project ID.
let's pause there for now, and let's go back to sharing the docs and work through the steps one at a time.
Copy. Here we go. Hop into the docs.
Cool. We're good on step 1. Let's move on to step 2. You're going to use that yarn command, yep, and go ahead and run that to get on-chain kit and VM, the 2 packages that we need in order to make this work. And while it's doing that, let's jump ahead to step 3 and start seeing what we got to do next. Okay, so I'm gonna try to just stay quiet and let you talk through this, and then if I'm needed, I'll jump in. Mostly for me to see if the docs I've written are good enough to follow without me having to be on a call.
Interesting. Okay, wrap your application with the provider / minikit. Enable minikit hooks anywhere in your app. For Next.js, interesting. Okay, so now let's see. Is this? We have to wait for this to be done, right?
You can keep going.
Oh, okay.
And you're used to vibe
traditionally,
right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Traditionally, if I was vibe coding, how I would really do this process is I would just copy this link wholeheartedly and then drop it into Cursor and be like, "Yo, help me implement these docs," and then it'll just go piece by piece. So it's cool to read this process because, like, this is something I'd have to create. Correct? This provider.
I like your
minikit.
idea. I built these docs so that they can be vibe coded with. So I love your idea of taking this link, giving it to Cursor and telling it, please implement only step 2 to keep its focus specific, but to let it do the work instead of you having to figure out how to write these files.
Copy. And we'll continue as planned. Looks like we installed correctly here as well.
You can see it's able to read all my docs. And then the question is it able to implement the minikit provider correctly?
Yep, recognize that we have the dependencies. Now it's implementing step 2.
It looks like your app is React and not Next.js. But it looks like it's going to be able to figure out how to make it work for you, even though it's not the same.
Oh, thank you.
Let's check out the files it added. Would you mind going through one at a time and let's do a quick review to make sure it did it right? Looks correct.
From React, minikit, and that looks pretty smooth.
Agreed.
And I wrapped it here.
Agreed. Looks perfect.
That's cool. Created the components, updated the app. the key adaption. So use React prefix instead of next public, structured the React components imported. Cool. Then it set us up to add our environment variables as well. Do we try step 3 now?
Yes. Yeah, let's move on to step 3.
I like how 3 the curveball. I like the question right there. You're like, this is like exactly what I was expecting, but a little different as well. He's like, I think it's gonna work, but is it gonna work?
Yeah, you're hearing my intonations. You know me well.
I love it. I love it. That's what we're here for, you know. Uncharted territory. I'll implement step 3. So it's adding the mini kit, the hook for it, and this is gonna help initialize the app properly. I mean, first check the corkboard components. It's checking the structure of our project. Cool. Should we check this out as well? Oh wait, that's what else did it add? Okay.
Looks perfect. It should just be that little line.
Oh, beautiful.
Step 3 is looking good.
Very cool. Step 4. This is where we need the API key.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and copy that list of env variables. Yeah, stop sharing, copy those, and you know where to put those environment variables?
Yeah, I have a .env going.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Public URL is our end site, correct?
It's your Vercel app.
Okay, cool.
Yes, yes.
And then icon, is that just the fav icon?
You can use the favicon if you want. That icon is, I believe, what's in the top right corner when you open the mini app. Or it's on the, no, I believe there's also a splash image option. The icon is likely what shows up in the store. If you search for your mini app, the icon that shows up by the result in the Farcaster and base mini app stores.
Copy. How would I get that link? That image link?
Do you have images inside of your public folder inside of your app right now or no?
I do not, but I could take a screenshot, like a screenshot of the app.
Yeah, whatever you would like to be the icon. If you have a public URL, you can throw it in there, or if you want to take a screenshot and throw that screenshot into the repo, we can reference it from your code base as well.
Okay, cool. I like that idea. Let me. All right, so I have the image in the public folder. How would I reference that? Do I just copy the file path?
You'll copy the file path. You'll prefix it with your prod URL, your Vercel app, and then after the / after .vercel.app, put the name of that image file.
Oh, okay, easy. Cool. And that goes for everything else too, right? The splash image, the public image. Could that all just be the same?
For now, why don't you just throw them all as the same? And then if later on you want to update them to different images for each, you can go back and update those images.
Beautiful. And then it says this, what's the CDP API key? Is that Coinbase?
You were asking if you needed to create a Coinbase API key. Now you'll create that Coinbase API key and put those pieces of information in the env file.
Copy. Boom. right, cool. So adding the API key now. Looks like this minikit configuration is all done. Now it says Farcaster integration, header, payload, signature. What should go on these?
Those we will
Generate with
handle in the
minikit
next.
CLI.
Yep, we'll generate those with the minikit CLI in the next step.
Okay, cool. So just
If
leave
you have
those.
the rest, go ahead and close the file, and we'll go back to screen sharing, and we'll move on to the next step.
Copy. All right. Share screen. Entire screen. Boom. So that was step 4. Knock that out. Let's move on
Yep.
to step 5. Create a route handler for Farcaster. I see.
Yeah, I'm curious how your LLM handles this one.
Copy. Is this the most complicated step from them? Or just since we're converting it?
This is the manifest, and yeah, usually Next.js we have, okay, so it's creating the file in the well-known path. Yeah, so you don't have API routes, so we have to manually define the file contents.
Okay, so run?
Yeah. Cool, now you got a well-known folder inside of your public, and then it should create a farcaster.json file inside of that, yep.
Nice.
And it looks like it did. Okay. And now we should be able to open that. Nothing in there is private, so you can...
Cool.
Yeah, the Coinbase API keys are not in here. So the docs I wrote are built for Next.js, so we assume you want to put those in your environment variables. Here, because we're hard coding the file, you'll copy those variables from your env file and put them directly in here with what you need. But we can keep moving forward for now, and when you need to copy over the Farcaster info, then copy over the rest as well. This looks good for now, and I recommend we move on to the next step.
Cool. Sounds good. Number 6, we're generating metadata.
Yeah.
Improve SEO and discovery.
Actually, I might have had a skip. I did have a skip something. Can you jump back to step 4 in the docs?
Yes.
Scroll down a little bit.
This one?
Right down there, that code block, npx create on chain. We want to run that, and that's going to help you generate those variables we need. You can click the hide button if it's blocking you.
Oh, yep. Yes. Oh, cool.
And so now this one.
Stop screen sharing.
It's fine for you to share. There's nothing private in this.
Okay. I guess we go MetaMask.
Whichever account is connected to your Farcaster.
I think they're independent. I don't think I have any wallet connected.
Let's see what happens then if you connect this.
Okay, I should go.
Okay, and now the
domain app is.
Yeah, and now it's telling you there's no FID on step 3 associated with this. We need to connect we need to connect an account that has a Farcaster wallet.
Copy. Let me see.
If you don't know what that is, we can potentially get this information somewhere else. If you open up first option.
Yeah, let me see. I might have something connected. I just don't remember. Or would that be edit profile maybe? No.
In your settings on Farcaster, there should be a connected accounts section.
Boom. Thank you. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Actually, it was. I do have one. It's this other wallet. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, never mind. Let's disconnect. I need to grab a USB adapter real quick.
Okay. On a hardware wallet.
Yeah, exactly. I can start screen sharing again. Boom. So we just went here, found that my wallet is connected. So now we're going back to MetaMask. It was definitely the hardware. Oh. Oh, and I don't need to sign anything, so we're good.
And it's still saying no FID is associated with this account.
Should I refresh the page, you think? Maybe
Yeah,
it's
let's try
recognizing the old
refreshing
one.
the page. Agreed.
Cool. Let me sign in just in case that's gonna. Cool. Boom.
Still saying no. Can you follow the steps it's saying right there to go to settings, advanced Farcaster recovery phrase? And step 1?
Yeah. Step 1, settings,
Yeah.
advanced, Farcaster recovery phrase. Okay.
I recommend stop sharing for now, just in case there's
Thank
something
you.
private there.
Settings.
Advanced, I think.
Yeah. I don't see an advanced. Verified address.
Checking on my side.
Maybe I'll try to verify again. Let me see. Okay, I'm verifying ownership with my wallet. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, so we're all set. I just re-verified. Not sure if that was the problem. Was definitely not.
Didn't change anything.
No, still the same. Settings. Yeah, do you see advanced on your side, or am I missing?
I do not see an advanced on my side. It seems like that is incorrect in the mini kit. So we can move forward from here, and let's try updating this at a later point to get the Farcaster info.
Do you think it's because it's not my primary wallet?
Potentially.
Let's try
We
that.
should be able to move forward, and then later on, Farcaster will give us the information we need to throw in. You're just going to have to deploy again with Farcaster giving you the info.
Okay, copy.
So let's go, but make sure you close all the special tabs, anything that's sharing your info, and then go back to sharing your screen, and we'll go back to the docs to see where we're at.
All right. Let me. Okay, let's share screen.
All right, and you already did step 5. So now we're on step 6.
Oh, I already typed out too.
Cool.
Okay, now it's updating our index.html, including all the Farcaster metadata. Cool. Looks like that went off without a hitch. I just need to replace all this information in index.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Should we save that one for later?
Likely. Can we open up the index just to see the changes?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's probably placeholder information, not sensitive.
There it is. All the FC. Anything that says replace. We'll need to the main important one is FC frame on line 14. Everything that's inside of FC frame is the most important one. This is what tells when you share a link onto Farcaster, this is what tells it, this is a mini app. Let me show a button instead of linking them externally out of the app.
Copy. So line 14, biggest ones, replace all these in domain. Okay, easy enough.
Yeah,
We already
same
have all the
info that's in the
information in the env.
Farcaster.json. Exactly, it's the info that's in your env.
Cool. And then fill, make a list here, Farcaster. Cool, so step 7?
Yes, sir. We're there, we're on deploying now. And you've already deployed onto Vercel, so this step is just push your changes so that Vercel deploys it.
All right, cool. Should I update all these files real quick before I deploy?
Would you mind doing anything that you have? Yeah, let's stop sharing. You go in and update both the Farcaster JSON and index.html with anything you have in your env file, and then we'll do a push.
Beautiful. Let's see. Env, we need. So line 14, replace with image, find analyze. All right, cool. So image URL. All right, cool. Index is done. Moving on to Farcaster. And you said I have to add the stuff from the env in there too?
Correct.
Cool. So where is the correct place to add this one? I'll share real quick before I get sensitive. So this is the Farcaster JSON?
Yes,
Would
sir.
it go just at the bottom here?
Farcaster JSON.
Those
go up top in account association. The Farcaster header goes in header, Farcaster payload goes in payload, and Farcaster signature goes in signature.
Oh, I see. They're just they're the same thing. Header, payload, signature. Oh, okay, so they're already in there. I see. I don't need to add those lines. I just need to add the information.
Correct.
Cool.
Correct.
And then that's the information I don't have yet, correct?
Correct. We'll get that when we go back to our the start with the end in mind. When we go back to the publishing page, the info should be there once it detects that you do have the well-known file.
Okay, cool. Then I think we're set. Move on.
Give it a push to Vercel.
All right, cool. Let me share again, document the process. And then I'm guessing we'll have to add the where was it? I have to add the Farcaster JSON to the get ignore as well.
No, it should 100% push that Farcaster file.
Okay, even once we add the sensitive data too?
It is not,
Or is that
the
public
Farcaster
data?
info is public data. Yeah, it's not sensitive.
Okay, beautiful.
The only sensitive things that you have are your Coinbase API keys. Everything else is totally fine to share. And I think the Coinbase API keys were only used to generate the manifest. You didn't have to copy those anywhere else, right? Into the Farcaster JSON nor into the index?
Nope, just the env. Beautiful. All right, so we're pushing now.
Can you take us to your Vercel to see if it kicked off a deployment?
Yep. Vercel. Looks like we're building. Let's go.
Out of curiosity, why did you choose React instead of Next.js for this game?
I do not know. Negligence. Like sometimes I just let the AI do its thing. I think maybe that's what it built. Because yeah, Next.js is the superior way to go about it, right?
I like Next.js. I don't know if there's a better or worse. The main reason I was asking is to just understand what your decision process was. That way, if I'm missing something of the benefits of React, you could have told me, but you saying it was an LLM decision, it's just like, okay, that's.
Yeah, I don't think there's any logical reason there. I think it's just like, sometimes I hop in and I'm like, oh, create a website. And like, that's the path that's taking me down sometimes.
Cool.
I found like, I don't know, that's where the learning gap with LLM has to come, where it like shows me these different paths, but I'll have to go do a deeper dive of things. Cause it's like every project I'll just set up kind of different. As you've seen, this one's a Yarn project. Sometimes I'll do, a normal NPM,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a Next.js, sometimes it's a React app. And there's honestly no rhyme to the reason except path of least resistance. And it's like, I just kind of experiment with everyone. Looks like our build is up here.
Yeah, let's try rerunning the manifest file in the publishing page. Going back to the end step, see if any of our changes changed anything.
Cool. So here. Here.
There. Yep. Click refetch.
We have one.
We do have one. Embed is not valid. Manifest is not present. Manifest is not valid. So let's go to your live Vercel deployment.
Copy.
healingoutloud.vercel.app.
Mm-hmm. Oh, live here.
And then go to /.well-known. Well-hyphen-known.
Oh, thank you.
And then /farcaster.json. / instead of a hyphen.
Oh.
Between well-known
is that forward?
Between known and Farcaster.
Copy. Oh, yeah. That makes
there you go. Send that. It is not showing you your well-known file. It's showing you the main app. So it's correct.
Yeah, because
for some reason, do you know why
that's pointing to this, right?
It should be. It should be pointing to that. So the question is, why isn't it? Can you try icon? Go back to your live deployment and delete .well-known, and we're going to do .icon.png. Not dot, I'm sorry, just /icon.png. There you go. No, so everything is taking you here. The public folder is totally being ignored. We need to tell your LLM visiting well-known, visiting any route in the public folder is still showing the main app. Can you help me fix this so I can go to /.wellknown/Farcaster.json and view the JSON file that's there? Perfect. By default, all routes are handled in the React router. Common issue with create React. Development server intercepting all routes. First, let me check if you have React router. Good.
Oh, this makes sense. I actually ran into this problem with another game of mine, actually, and it's probably because it was a React app instead of a Next.js app. That's a good explanation.
Cool. Looks like a simple change to our Vercel file. So it looks like we've got logo512.png, which we should be able to check out. Can you go to your main production app and go to / whatever that image, logo512.png? Yeah, let's see if that works. Okay, cool. So
it works.
It seems like this Vercel file change is going to work because you have other examples there, and those other examples also work.
Copy. We should do it for our icon as well, right?
I think it already did it. You can see it right there in the green lines. It added icon.png as well as the well-known Farcaster.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right, because we told it the public folder. That makes sense.
Now we've got another build triggered on Vercel. Oh, it's still doing stuff.
It did. We did have a build trigger. Perfect. Now for the local development, we can create a simple solution.
This is for local development. I don't think we care about this. I would probably stop it here. Yeah, I'd stop it and reject that, and let's see if our current change is good enough.
Copy. Good
Just a known limitation right now is it might not work locally testing, but I have a feeling you do. At a minute deploy time, it's not a big deal to just push your change and wait.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
36 seconds. We're already live.
Beautiful. That works. So now we do dot is a well-known /Farcaster.json.
Perfect. There it is.
Nice.
Back to the end step of the publishing page.
End step publishing.
You've got it open one tab to the right.
Oh, here. We have two.
Nice. We have a present manifest, and it's telling us we've got errors, which is great. Can you scroll down? We now have new sections that we didn't have before.
Ooh, we're getting some. This is fire. Here we go. MiniApp configuration. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, nice. And these are these ones missing from the whatchamacallit, this one, the Farcaster.json.
Yep. Can you add those in?
Yeah.
In this section with an X, add it in locally into your Farcaster.json file, and we'll do another push to see if it fixes it.
Copy Farcaster.json. So everything but the header, the payload signature. Oh yeah, this stuff we could add, no sweat. Let me see.
Perfect. And I would just tab. I like what it's auto-suggesting personally.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, see, that's, yeah.
And then that last one, the webhook URL, put the same URL to, yeah, tab. There we go. And delete the double, there we go. Can you go back to the deployment page? Let's see if it's already giving you your sign information all the way down at the bottom. Keep going down. Okay, we're still not getting the Farcaster info, so we need to make this update first. Let's try pushing
Copy.
those changes if you're happy with them.
Cool. Got a deployment going live, building.
Do you have any questions so far? Or is there anything that you feel very out of depth on in terms of the steps you've been taking so far?
No, this has been a lot smoother process on the integration. I think this makes it a no-brainer. Like before, I tried to build an app from scratch for this specifically, but I think that rewires the mindset of like, you know, creating an app based off of things I've already made, so to speak. But the way this has made me feel is like, nah, I just feel like I want to try this with everything. Looking, I'm not gonna lie. It was like it was a very, very simple process. I'm sure once you get into more complicated stuff, you know, whether it's like wallet signing and all that, then it'd be another headache. But in terms of just like, you know, displaying it and getting it up and running, this has been a lot smoother than I thought it'd be.
I hear you. Yeah, go ahead over to the publish
Okay,
page
okay.
and let's
Yeah, just double checking.
do a refetch on the Farcaster page 3.
Here we go. So still the same.
But let's scroll down a little bit
X's.
if possible.
We
now
lost our.
Scroll down anymore.
Yeah. Oh, is it because there's no slash here? Oh, definitely not it.
Try doing Command
What's going
Shift
on?
R.
Command Shift R.
Yeah, we want a hard refresh. I've found that this page can get out of date sometimes.
Yeah, that brought these back.
But we still don't see the lower section.
Yeah, exactly. But these all look right.
Yeah. The home URL is very important. That is the URL that it is going to be referencing. Try putting that exact home URL into the Farcaster page. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Boom.
Still no.
Same. Hard reset.
Try on the left side. Let's click MiniApps. Or no. Can you go to settings in the top?
Settings.
And we want to enable.
Oh.
There should be
a. What you thinking?
I have a developers tab, and I'm trying to remember how I can get you the developers tab. It should be somewhere in settings. Where is? How did I enable developer mode? Download your data, verified addresses, preferred wallet, direct casts, actions, MiniApps, feeds. How did I get the my profile? Enable developer options Farcaster. See if Google can tell me. Any Farcaster?
It stays trying to say go to advanced, but
it keeps saying try to go to advanced. Would you mind checking on your phone?
I like that. Launching. Farcaster. Settings. There is definitely an advance on the phone. Manage connected app, secure task key, developer mode. Boom.
Okay, now try refreshing this page. Did you save it after you enabled it on your phone?
Just saved. I saved it. I see a developer tab on here now.
There it is. Left side.
Oh, here.
And so the manifest page is where we are currently. Let's try the preview tool. Click the preview tool. There you go. And now paste your URL. Should give us a button to launch it.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's our app as a mini app. Feeling okay so far. Let's go back to the developers tab. And let's go to the next one of embed tool. And now paste it again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so version is still incorrect in our embed data. We need to change version to be next. I think that's in our index.html. Version.
No, it's in the version.
Yeah, values.
I know there's one.
There it is. Change it from 1.0.0 to next. Perfect.
Okay.
Before we push this, let's check if there's anything else on that embed page.
Oh,
checks across the board other than that. Okay. Let's get that pushed then and see if that was it.
Yeah, this, like, in terms of debugging this is like infinitely easier. I love how we set up the developer one, like the developer portal, and then this step here, you can see in like plain English what is going wrong versus me trying to figure out with the LM, like what is the disconnect, you know? That's probably been the coolest part of this process.
What was that first X up at the top? Was it just
saying? It was saying embed, invalid.
Okay, and that's what you just fixed.
Yep.
Cool.
And that.
I get a little confused sometimes of where I'm supposed to go because, like you saw, I gave you a link, and then after a couple updates, it stopped showing us additional info, which throws me through a loop of like, what did I do wrong? I saw a whole bunch of feedback. Now I don't. Did I make a regression or? And now we had to jump over to
it. Did feel like that. Exactly. It's like not intuitive on our end because it seems like if that information, obviously the information is here, it just wasn't displaying on that other page.
Right.
How was like doing like wallet stuff and signing and minting and that with the apps? Is there another step for it? Like, is it any more complicated?
You can just use WAGMI. You can just use WAGMI, which is a normal native package that your LLM should be able to understand. And if you use WAGMI, it will detect the wallet. So whether you're on desktop, it'll detect your desktop, or if you're in a MiniApp, it'll pull in your MiniApp wallet. And then you don't need to write any special logic for MiniApp versus desktop. Just let WAGMI tell you and use whatever wallet it decides to use.
Okay, interesting. So that'd be the process. If I were to do this with performers, I'd have to integrate it there, basically, like WAGMI instead of our current wallet infrastructure.
Yeah, right now we're using Privy, so you'll go one level higher and do WAGMI. Okay, so we're still getting.
But we still have one.
Yeah, let's check this one.
Go refetch.
Checks across the board. So our the embed is looking good now. Our manifest is the only thing, and we knew the manifest was incorrect because we still need those Farcaster things. Oh, keep going down. Keep going. There it is. Claim ownership.
Let's go.
With your mobile phone. This is what's going to give us those missing Farcaster signed things. You're about to sign on your mobile phone, and that's going to give us the variables we need.
Signature sent, continue on desktop.
There it is.
Cool. Let's go. I could just copy these. Farcaster. That was header, correct?
You could probably copy the whole JSON. Or you're already almost there.
Yeah, probably. But that would be more efficient. Then we just commit and push this, right?
Yes, sir. This should be the last step.
Yeah, let's go. I'm already seeing when it popped up here, you could see the little mini app button and stuff.
Would you mind sharing again? I'm going to maximize you.
Yeah.
You're already seeing the mini app.
Yep. I could click open and kind of go and navigate it already. So the mini app is up. It's just a matter of like you said, claiming ownership on it.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's get these pushed. That was a smooth. The developer's journey never ends, man. Now I'm sitting here like, oh, well, now we should add a pinch mechanic so you could pinch zoom.
One answer.
Yeah, but that was really
more questions.
Exactly. But that's beautiful. Like, that's so cool how we can just take an existing web application and make it a Farcaster and Coinbase app. That's actually a game changer. And the process was very simple. This is getting added to the favorites. But this is the key right here. It's a great.
Clear, this is not the official base docs. I wrote these docs because I didn't find the info I needed on the base docs.
Yeah, this was extremely simple and only 8 steps too. Some of these docs get so crazy, man. It's like, what are we doing? All right, we're deployed. Do we go fetch? Hard reset?
Hard reset.
Still no.
It
says ownership.
It is saying ownership. Why is manifest invalid? Try re-verify. And now click submit.
Maybe that's why.
The manifest expected 0.0.0 frame version or expected at frame.version or invalid. Can you scroll down or no?
No, it's not. Here, I could probably zoom out.
I guess I might have told you wrong. It's mentioning that frame version. Oh, expected next. I thought we put next.
We did. Hold up. Oh, not in the Farcaster. That was in the index. Oh, let's go.
So close.
I know. Jeez. But that is about an hour. About an hour, mini app up and running. That's crazy, man. That's a lot less time than I spent on it before.
And we've taken a little bit I think we took the first 10 minutes yapping and asking you about what your process has been so far. So yeah, 50 minutes.
Game changer.
All vibe coded.
Plain English wrote. No lines of code. Edited maybe 10 lines of code.
Yeah.
Let's see. Deployments going up. Let's go. Let's get this back to. We'll have to resubmit that when it's deployed?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Submit. Let's go. MiniApp live.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to search for the names Healing Out Loud.
Yep, green checks across the board. Healing Out Loud, yes.
Healing Out Loud. Yeah, stop sharing for me.
Oh.
When I search Healing Out Loud, this is what I see.
Let's go.
You see yourself in there?
Right in the mini app, yep. Second from the bottom. Let's go.
Let me try tapping
How's
it.
the experience? Looking
Dookie,
correct?
dookie. I can pinch to zoom out and zoom in.
Yeah, a little. It feels a little wonky.
I see.
See how the
Okay, it's
page
zooming
is
out of the
turning?
page.
Yeah, instead of the board.
Yep, but then I
But
got my little zoom out buttons down there.
let's go. Can
You've
you
got a mini
submit let's go, man. Thank you.
It gives you your credit too,
That's
so
so
that
fun.
everybody sees up at the top by the circus.
Let's go. Beautiful.
Mission
Suleiman
accomplished.
Dadi, the on-chain music dev. Mission accomplished. Under an hour. Get it while it's hot. Let's go.
Wrapping up at the start of this, this was your first mini app you've ever published, right?
Correct.
What did you learn over the course of this experience that you did not already know before this video started?
To use the developer tools and that whole portal through Farcaster made it so much simpler. It gave us a good I feel like it gave me a visual representation at where we were at in each step, and I think that was the most critical part. So that was the blessing, and also this docs was the simpler docs to follow. I like this. I don't know what I was on before, how I went down that rabbit hole, but this is that was beautiful. So developer portal, easier docs, game changer.
Last wrap up question. If another game designer is looking at this and they feel scared about code and they identify with, I'm a game builder, I'm not a dev, what advice would you give them in terms of your experience? What role does coding play in your practice, and how have you changed your relationship from being in their shoes to where you are now?
Yeah. First, imposter syndrome. You are a developer. If you're making games, you are already a dev. And I think that's the hardest obstacle to get over. And as soon as you get over that, I think you will find that you have a lot of the tools that you need already. And it's like you already have that mindset of like trial and error. Oh, let's try this. It's broken. Let's fix it. It's no more complicated than that. So in many ways, the LLM route is actually going to make it easier than you would writing all the code, because you're doing the exact same process, but you're doing it in plain English, and I think you just need to jump in the water, because it's far easier than you would ever imagine. The stuff that we've been outputting these last 6 months, if you had asked me this time last year, like I wouldn't have guessed it. We were still working like personally this time last year. It's like I would not have thought we would be outputting like this. So go for it, honestly.
If you stuck around this long, make sure to give this video a like. Go and follow the circus on Twitter and Instagram, maybe TikTok.
Yep. Everything. TikTok, YouTube. If there's a social media for it, at the circus.
Give him a follow if you want to learn more about seeing an actual game designer pick up and learn how to code and do everything on their own. Follow the circus. Give this video a like and a repost so that more people can get exposure to seeing game designers building their own apps. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you.